Why is every threat a 2-for-1 now? That's actually like part of the philosophy, sort of, behind this deck, is that white doesn't really get card advantage. So I've tried to put as many things that are sort of, kind of card advantage, just if you look at them sideways, in this deck as I possibly could. You know, like Giant Killer is kind of a 2-for-1. You get a removal spell and a creature, and it can tap down stuff, which matters a lot. But mostly this is there to kill Omnaths on site at instant speed, which white apparently has the ability to do. Glass Casket, not a 2-for-1, obviously, but important card for the deck. Skyclave Cleric, not a 2-for-1, but it is a land and a dude. Birth of Melodus, kind of card advantage if you want to look at it that way. Right? We get a plains and a wall off of it. Very important, by the way, for fixing our mana is Birth of Melodus. Banishing Light, not a 2-for-1. Skyclave Apparition, kind of a 2-for-1, right? You get your own dude, you get rid of one of their guys. Or anything, really. Like, I've sniped a bunch of Lucky Clovers with this in the past this season already. Felidar Retreat looks kind of weird, but it's also kind of card advantage, right? If we draw dead on a turn, like mono white so often does, and we drop a land, then at least we get a dude out of it. And there is like Fabled Passage in the mana base to, you know, get some turns where you actually get 2 guys off of this. Baneslayer Angel is in the deck as kind of a big win condition, sort of. Elspeth Conqueror's Death is a 2-for-1, right? You kill one of their guys, you get one of your own dudes back, so kind of a 2-for-1. Realm Cloak Giant could be a multiple 4-1, right, as a sweeper. It's kind of a 3 or 4-for-1 some of the time, and then it's also a creature, so again, kind of a 2-for-1. Miria's Call, kind of, not really a 2-for-1, not really card advantage, but at least you get 2 guys off of it. And we might as well play it one way or the other. Onto Inversion, it's a land, but it can also get us out of bad situations. And then Ugin the Spirit Dragon, because why not? You know, like I found the first few games I was playing with this deck that we get to like turn a million in most games. So I might as well play Ugin. It's actually one of the strongest win conditions in the deck. Aside from that, Crawling Barrens is also surprisingly decent a lot of the time. I'm really surprised by this card. And then Castle Ardenvale is kind of a win condition too if we can lock down the state of the game, but very often it's just a blocker. So, you know, something to do with extra mana and all that. So that's basically the whole deck. I think there's 28 lands in all when you count the MBFCs and stuff. You know, plus Birth of Melodus, so it's not too hard to get to this Woog Daddy right here. That's what we do. What is a man? Is that a Symphony of the Night reference? Optimator? A miserable little pile of secrets. I love Symphony of the Night so much. Opponent goes first, and it's not looking great. we'll give it a shot. Officer Blunt. Wow, really spreading the love tonight. Gifting a tier 1 sub to Peacecraft. Thank you. Also, D Smartest is sub with Prime as well. It's good to see y'all in here. Thank you very much for the love. Opponent starts on Selfless Savior. The cool thing about that is Glass Casket will beat Selfless Savior, so maybe they'll go Seasoned Hellblade this turn and we just casket it. Look at that. Look at that, everybody. What a call. And we have a Skyclave Apparition, too. Just turn Ugin will probably never play. Come on. Come on. Try to sack the Selfless Savior for the Seasoned Hellblade. Do it. Try to discard a card to make this indestructible. Do it. Aw. I was hoping for the mistake there. Let's see what Nels Bells has in store for us here. You got another Hellblade? Man, turn 1 Savior into turn 2 Hellblade is... Man, couldn't ask for that. Alright, so Basri Cat. I'm going to put a counter on Savior here. We'll take 2, but that's cool. We got an Apparition for this Basri, so... Could be worse. Let's see if they just like Banishing Light or Glass Casket this. But I'd rather them have a 3-3 than a Basri right now, I think. Coming on in. No thanks. Good Giant Killer. It's not terrible, but we'll go Felidar Retreat this turn, I guess. Just go ahead and set up. And then next turn we can retreat and then play this Inversion, give us 2 guys. That seems alright. I will no attacks. I'm not really sure what I'm worried about in terms of like what they could have that's flash or something, but it's alright. We can take a little bit of damage here. There's a Kabira takedown. Nice. I was wondering when something like that might happen. Gets in for their 2. We will get 2 guys this turn. Oh, I guess we'll just play the planes after we Felidar Retreat. Get a couple of duders. And then I suppose we can Giant Killer. I think I'd rather go ahead and play it and have it to tap stuff down. Wow, Kelly Logs, you've been gifting subs like a mad person. Gifted a tier 1 sub to Saren89, Chris Genson, Okie Scoop, MTGA Devil, and then, oh, and Barry Windrake. Hey Barry, what's going on? You gifted a tier 1 sub to Big Black Deck and Neutral Solution, as well as Strad Von Zork and Pigpen and Gaz TV and Boondocks Monster. Jeez, Barry in here with the real love. +2/+2 until end of turn, eh? Well, those are big dudes, I gotta say. Those are some big boys. That's exactly 13 damage. Well, let's go for it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Officer Bits. Officer Blunt, I mean to say Officer Bits. That's what you've been tonight. Officer Bits. Well, I guess I'm going to play the land here as much as I honestly kind of don't want to. But we have 2 Felidar Retreats in play, so I really don't think we're going to want to undo Inversion anytime soon. Like a couple of boys. We basically have the exact same turn we had last turn. And then Sega Genesis. What you got over there? They got 2 cards left in their hand. I really like Kabira Takedown in this deck. I wonder how many planes they're actually playing. Because they have McKindy Stampede and Kabira Takedown. They have 5 normal planes in play. So probably going to get a retreat with that apparition. Oh, is it going to be a casket? You going to get the casket, boy? You going to do it, boy? We only need 2 more lands to get this Ugin. We might be able to pull it off. Oh, I didn't see down here. The Sandalman can has followed. And Ilnix, he gave me 100 bits that I didn't see. I should have known Ilnix was in there giving bits. Ilnix is always in there giving bits. Alright, I guess we'll double block that. Block the Venerable Knight. Or do I want to block the Venerable Knight? Can we go to 7 and it's fine as long as we can tap down this Hallowblade? Probably. I think it's worth it. You get another Giant Killer, which is fine. Not great, but fine. What really sucks is that it's not a land. Really would have liked for it to be a land. So we got to get to this Ugin. I think Ugin's probably our best path to winning. Glorious Anthem. Ouch. I knew I should have saved this Giant Killer, but I guess it wouldn't actually kill the Hallowblade right now. Oh, I forgot to tap something down. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Alright, so let's block here. No, that kills both. Just take the 1 block. Do gotta wonder what that card in their hand is, though, don't we? Don't we? Glass Casket is pretty sweet right now. Took 2 Glass Caskets to take down this Hallowblade. Alright, and then we will say go. And we will not forget to tap stuff down. We won't just hit this pass button. Another Glorious Anthem. That's something. That's something, isn't it? Ugin is my win con and my white-blue flyers. It's actually really, really funny. When you think about it. I think I'm just going to play the Samiri's Call as a land. Get a couple of dude skis. And we can still tap stuff down. Felidar Retreat so far in games I've played off stream has been about this good. It's really cool that we have 2 of them. That's massive that we have 2 of these. I like that. I'm going to get in with these 2. Sega. We're both in top deck mode. If we draw a land, though, it's pretty much the game. I was about to do it, y'all. I was about to hit pass. I was about to do it. A Skyclave Apparition for their Skyclave Apparition. Or maybe one of their Glorious Anthems. At this point, though, we can just hold back removal. We just hold back removal and wait till they play stuff. Because we pretty much got this Skyclave Apparition neutralized. But, you know, maybe they'll top deck into something crazy, like Amiria's Call, for instance. So now we really need this land. We got it, technically. Technically, so... I guess we can Apparition... Got to be non-token. So let's get this. Make a dude. Glass Casket one of these. Skyclave Cleric as a land. I know I want one dude, but do I want +1/+1 counters now? I think I'll take another dude. And now we can tap down this flyer on their turn and probably get another turn to play this Ugin, so. Ooh. Tried to do weird timing on the pass there. Alright, what you got? You got 2 cards in your hand, so you got something, right? Amiria's Call. Jeez, my guy. My dude. Hush it up with that. Alright, so... First thing we need to do is get in with everything. Yeah. So we'll take 6 here. Ugin. He's here. Hey, everybody. And then we can just do 0. And what else we can do? We can play a land and get 2 guys. So, deck's looking okay. Deck's looking alright, everybody. Yo, what's up, Gile J007? I see you asked me that. We drew an Elspeth Conquers Death for a Glorious Anthem. But yeah, that's the deck. That's how this deck works. That's pretty much, I mean, exactly that is how I've won the majority of the games I've won with this deck. Felidar Retreat, and then like later on you hit Ugin. So yeah, that's actually a perfect example of what I want this deck to do. What's up, Decimate? I feel like I haven't seen you, Decimate, in a while. Yeah, I think you could have won there if you played the land first. Yeah, I think I was being overly safe there. I was trying to just control the board state as much as possible. I figured I didn't want to take any chances. You know, if I play the Ugin and just wipe their board for 0, basically, then that's probably more safe than, you know, putting a +1/+1 counter on everything and just getting in. So I wanted to go the safe route there. I felt like if we just removed their board and then played a land, we'd have 2 guys up, so... It's likely safer, but, you know, go for the win on board when you have it a lot of the time, obviously. But that's not always the case, you know. I don't want to walk into something, leave myself open. I'm going to hold up this Giant Killer. We have no idea what we're playing against. So. We'll see if maybe we need it. Oh, we got some gift subs! Officer Blunt gifting a sub to Nels Bells. Nels Bells! In the chat over there. Also, God Emperor of Dune followed. Oh, and Guile, you're hosting. That's awesome. That's cool to see. Ilnix, you gave me bits that I don't think I saw. So I appreciate that. What do we do this turn, everybody? I think that we... Crawling Baron's Birth. About the only thing we can do. Opponent let on Ruin Crab, so, like... Might be dead. That's a possibility. You really need a glass casket for this. How goes the Jank? Well, first game with the Jank was really, really good. But now we're up against one of my worst fears. And that is actually Ruin Crab. Ruin Crab, man. Ruin Carb. Alright, so I think I can probably just go ahead and play this. I'm not sure what 4-power dudes you have in your Ruin Crab deck. It appears to be the mono blue crab deck, or maybe the blue black crab deck. I don't think this is the Omnath crab deck. Yeah, it's mono blue. It's the only way to go, Halls. Oh, they put a glass casket in their yard. There's the tutelage. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. We're in trouble. Honestly, it's poetic justice. I've been playing with this Ruin Crab deck all day. That's all I've been playing with, my guys. Let's Felidar Retreat and get set up. No tax. It doesn't really matter. 39 cards left. 36 when they play a land, 35 when we draw for the turn. And maybe they've got like Cacophony or Secret Keeper or something. I love this deck. I love this deck so much. I know a lot of people just hate this mill deck, but it is very, very close to my heart. I've tried like 4 different builds of mono blue mill at this point. Ooh. Ooh, okay, I guess we can... just apparition a thing. That might be better than the Felidar Retreat. Or it might be worse. We could also Baneslayer, and like, that might kill them faster than they have an answer for it, so... There's that. I'm thinking about playing this Amiria's Call untapped instead of the Fable Passage. That way, next turn we can Felidar Retreat Fable Passage. Or we can Skyclave? I'm not sure. What do we do? We have 35 cards left. I think I'm going to play Baneslayer. Because they've already used 1 Brazen Borrower. So I'm kind of banking on the idea that they don't have extra Brazen Borrowers. Or a counterspell for this, obviously. We've seen them throw out a Drawery Disruption, so we know they're playing it. Alright, it's an anti-cognition. So this appears to be the mono blue mill deck that actually plays a buttload of counterspells. Because there are different versions, right? Not all of them even play counter magic at all. I don't play counter magic whatsoever in my mono blue mill. I find that it's awkward. Because you want to spend mana on your turn on stuff like Tutelage and Ruin Crab even. So I really don't like the idea of playing Tutelage and a 3-mana counterspell. I have found that to be extremely awkward when playing these decks. But, you know, if you don't get to resolve spells... Could have just gone with Baneslayer again there, but this is kind of bait. See? Return it to our hand. Interesting. Sure. 27 cards, 25 now. 22 when they play their land. Well, 19 when they play their land. Up into the story, we lose. Good game. But we couldn't actually resolve anything, so, you know, we lose. That's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah, maybe Sultai. I've seen Sultai crab decks, too. The cowards can't milk you. Is that the second time I've seen somebody say milk instead of mill? In like the last 2 days. Somebody's using their phone. And it's autocorrecting to milk. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Although the K is right next to the L, so maybe that's happening. Mick Go-Neal? Is that right? You followed. Appreciate you, Mick. That's cool. Opponent goes first. This hand is not great if they're on aggro. Which they are, so... Whoops. Let's play this Plains and hope we can survive. Although, I don't think we can. I hate this deck. Even though this is the deck that I use to ladder with the most, I still cannot stand playing against mono red. It is strong. I'd rather play against Omnath than mono red, like any day. Well, I guess we still go, even though we've got like 14 2-drops in this deck. We don't have any, so let's say go. Hellhound and Axe. Perfect start. Who would have thought? Who knew? It's Castle Ardenvale. Banishing Light the Sand Axe. I knew we were going to have to do it too. I knew they were going to get to keep these two other dudes on the board. I guess, like, it's not that I hate mono red. It's that I hate this. I hate that mono red always has the perfect cards. Like, it's kind of amazing how often they just have the perfect cards. Isn't it? Isn't that funny? Embrith, that's a pretty good card for the situation. Go ahead and do that. I probably should have waited until they cleaved up the Annex, to be honest, but I'm fairly certain we're gonna lose this game, so I don't really care. Torbrand it is. Okay, I see. I see you. So we die. We're just gonna die. I guess we can Realm Cloak Giant. Try and bring things around here, but we'll see. We will. I don't have all the faith, obviously. There's another Torbrand. They just have all the cards. Notice they started with 2 Torbrands and 2 Annex. All you can do sometimes is roll your eyes at this mono red deck. Oh boy. Alright, so do I just play this other Realm Cloak Giant? Do I just do it? 6, and then next turn we can just play it as a creature, so that's good. Or we can Amiria's Call or something. We got options, but we have to live. And to make absolutely sure that we live, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this Torbrand. They might have a Haster or something to go along with it, and then it's nowhere near as good, so play this Giant Killer if they do have a Haster. That'll be decent. Maybe they'll just shock the killer. They don't do anything, which is really, really cool. That's so cool. How cool is that? Good planes. We have a chance here, y'all. We actually have a chance. Honest to God. Realm Cloak Giant, I guess why not? We'll get in. I don't have the mana to tap anything down, so it doesn't really matter. Mono red gets the perfect start, unless you play it. It feels that way sometimes too. I guess what we'll do is Amiria's Call. Go ahead and give our duders indestructible. Make a couple of 4/4s. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can we do it? Can we actually do this, y'all? Is it a possibility? 8 coming their way. They're at 11. In the turn. Got a Glass Casket and an Elspeth Conquers Death loaded up, so whatever you got, we can deal with. There's an Ember Cleave. They're just going to play it. Shock us. We're at 4, and they're going to scoop. We did it. We somehow pulled it off. They got 2 Anaxes and 2 Torbrands. The perfect start. How did we do it? How do we rank up with mono white control? How are we doing that? I don't really understand. But we did it. We did it, y'all. Holy crap. What a game. That was. It turns out if you get to 7 mana with this deck, you just, like, win. Blunt with the Skrilla. Oh, 500 bits from Officer Blunt. Thank you very much. I saw it. I heard it go badink. But I was doing Ether Up stuff, so thank you a lot, Officer Blunt. That's like $5, which is a lot of money, it turns out. That's like a meal. That's pretty good. Alright, we're against black here. I'm not going to just throw this Giant Killer down just yet. Uh-oh. London R is waiting for me to play Scrabble Go. They've nudged me. Let's play Birth here. I think I've got like 17 notifications on Scrabble Go. I've so many people I'm playing with right now. But I've actually gotten addicted to like the dumbest mobile game in the entire world. And it's not Scrabble Go. I've forgotten what it's actually called. That happens when I play mobile games. I cannot for the life of me remember what mobile games are called. Really enjoy streaming with you lately. Oh, Stats 102. Thank you very much. It means a lot. I enjoy streaming with y'all. It really helps my day out. It's been good for my mental health. I'm totally serious. What the hell is this game? Oh, it's called Board Kings. That's right. It's just a game. It's a board game where you roll dice and stuff happens. But I fear that it's actually kind of predatory. I've actually spent $2 on this game, and I don't spend money on mobile games. It's something I basically refuse to do, but I have spent $2 on this game just to continue rolling dice. which is dumb. But I did it. I fully admit to having done that. Alright, so do we Skyclave Apparition this Timuret Calls the Dead? What did we put in the yard? Just Archfiend's Vessel? That's definitely something we can Giant Killer, so there's that. We can also just Elspeth Conquers Death, but not until it's already done all the damage it's going to do. My problem is if we Apparition it, they'll probably get a 3-3 out of it, and they'll just get a 2-2 this turn. That's the only damage they can really do with it, right? So I'm just going to say go. There's the Croxa. I was wondering when we'd see it. I didn't think this deck was mono black. I come up against this deck a lot now, and like, did somebody do a deck tech or did it win an event? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in like MTGO League results or on SCG or anything like that. So I don't know where this deck came from, like why people are playing it right now, but people sure are. I guess I'll dump a land here. I don't really mind the 3. Yeah, have you guys noticed that this map is the back of the crab? Yeah. Somebody pointed that out to me like a week ago, and now I can't like unsee it. Alright, so it's going to come back and we have to discard something else, which I don't love. I will say our entire hand is pretty good against Croxa. Except for Elspeth Conquers Death. Maybe I'll get rid of the Elspeth Conquers Death. Yeah. Much as I hate to do that. It's probably the card I want to play the least right now. So it's like I want to play this Baneslayer, but I'm really afraid we're just going to be walking into a removal spell. I'm also slightly surprised this deck doesn't play Lurrus of the Dream Den as their commander, but I guess they wanted Timuret Calls the Dead. But so often when you see this deck, that's the context you see it in. Let's see if this Baneslayer lives. My idea is that they have Hateful Eidolon, so maybe they're just going with like Mire's Grasp and Deadweight, which would still be pretty decent against this, but it wouldn't outright kill it. It's another reason I'm surprised they're not playing Lurrus. Usually when you see Hateful Eidolon, that's a Lurrus deck right there. Call the Death Dweller, they get Archfiend's Vessel back, and Croxa, so, you know. I really don't want to dump this land. We're going to need 6, 7, 8, 9 lands at some point in this game. But let's dump the Passage, I think. Let's do it. I really hate doing it. We're going to draw Felidar Retreat this turn, too. But I guess we wouldn't play it. I got to get rid of this 5/5. That is imperative. Let's go ahead and do that. Get in for 5. And play the Killer. Now, playing the Killer actually is something I wasn't sure I wanted to do because it turns on any deadweights and allows them to draw cards. But I wanted the body. Heartless Act. Heartless Act. That's why you don't play Baneslayer, Angel, kids. Mire's Grasp. See, that's exactly what we were worried about. Opponent's going to end up with a decent board position here. Getting in, block the 2/2. Hello, Enigma. How you doing? Good to see you. Oh, and Branchwalker. It has been a while. Jeez. Haven't seen Branchwalker in what? That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Alright, so you got 10 cards in your yard. You get a Crocs out as soon as you get a second red source. And that's going to suck, but at least we have 3 different cards that are good at dealing with Croxa. Which also means we can drop one to a Croxa and it won't be a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and Giant here. Well, actually, maybe I can catch them swinging in. We can Crawling Barrens this Hateful Eidolon. I'm not worried about it. Let's just blow it all up, man. If they get a red source, they will Croxa. Timuret Calls the Dead. Okay. Appreciate the follow, Giselle Overhue. Dope name. Really dope name. Glass Casket, also really good against the Croxa, isn't it? There's Lurrus, it's just in the main deck. Alright. That makes sense. I don't want to do a whole heck of a lot this turn, to be honest. Yeah, I know, I'm thinking. I'll just say go for this turn. That was a real thanker. Ooh, a Drana. They're playing Drana in this deck. Interesting. That must be fun. Croxa. Croxa. I guess, Glass Casket is better than Banishing Light here, for the most part, but we have the mana to play it. The mana to play it. Well, we don't have the mana to... Well, we do have the mana to play both. But we don't have the mana to, like, Skyclave Apparition and Banishing Light, do we? Screw it. I'm chucking the Banishing Light. Our opponent really wishes they had another red source. Like, a lot. Getting in. Guess I'll make a blocker. Why not? What else are we doing this beautiful Sunday night? So we get another land. I actually kind of want these lands. I want to get to this Realm Cloak Giant, but it's very likely they have a removal spell for it. Really had to think about casketing one of these zombies. This is a tough one. Even with so many cards that are decent against Croxa, it's a tough one. Like, now we know that if they Croxa, we have to get rid of one of these cards. The other card will take care of the Croxa, but we still have to get rid of one of these cards. And they'll have enough to get Croxa out the next turn again. So that's, again, only if they get the red source. They still have not drawn another red source. But they will. They will eventually, and we have to prepare for that. Officer Blunt gifting a tier 1 sub to Stats 102. Thank you, Officer Blunt, man. You are spreading the love tonight, dude. I guess not all cops, right? I'm sorry. The joke was there. I had to do it. So now we have mana. We can play Realm Cloak Giant. I guess we should. Right? Right? Yeah. Let's go for it. It's like they have 3 Croxes, so the Skyclave Apparition isn't as good as I want it to be. They did get another red source. Why are you coming in right now? Why are you coming in? What do you have? Oh, alright. And then a Deadweight? Is the other card a Deadweight? Oh, it's another Mire's Grasp. Okay. So you draw 2 off of that. That's pretty dope. Skyclave Cleric. It is. Appreciate the bits, Ilnix. Thank you for the 100 there. 7 mana open, so here's what I want to do. I actually want to play this Cleric as a land. The problem is that they will Crox. We know for a fact they're going to Crox the next turn. That's still fine, though. That's still fine. We have Giant Killer. We'll drop the Skyclave. It'll be okay. Normally, I wouldn't do that. Normally, I would Skyclave Apparition the Croxa, but since they already have 2 other Croxes in their yard, basically 6 of one, half dozen of the other at this point. Interesting. We'll have 4 mana open even after we Giant Killer. We might stick the opponent coming in with a Hateful Eidolon here. Of course, if they do come in with Hateful Eidolon, we block with Crawling Barons. Baron sticks around, but maybe they drew another Mire's Grasp or Deadweight or something. They're going to Awakening. Oh, that's sexy. That is a sexy play right there. Croxa. Now I kind of want the Skyclave Apparition for the Lurist, don't I? Oh, it hurts. God, does that hurt. Croxa, you're so good. You're so good, Croxa. Oh, they're coming in. And they're tapped out. Doesn't really matter because they just, like, play it again with the Lurist eventually. But we'll take care of this Lurist this turn. So, that's Apparition. I hate doing this. God, do I hate doing this. Guess I'll just play this cleric. I'd rather gain 2 than have to discard it to a Croxa and lose lose nothing at that point. But I'd rather gain the 2. Of course, would we actually? Yeah, this way we get a body on the battlefield. At least it blocks Croxa when Croxa eventually comes in. So there's that. Plus, we can take 3 to a Croxa right now. We're still at a starting life total. It's fine. Wish me luck. I'm going to leave this on in the background as I attempt to make Naya landfall. No splashing blue. Where Kelly Logs, I have all the faith in the world that you can pull it off. Naya landfall looks pretty decent, actually. What's the red for? It's like lithoforming. Maybe you play some of the aggressive red creatures, Brush Fire Elemental or something. A Koem Hellhound. That's what you want to do. It's like if I was going Naya landfall, I might just like put all my chips on Felidar Retreat. Oh, the Death Dweller. Jeez, my guy. You got some really good cards in your deck. So that puts us at 14, but they still don't actually like have a Croxa. So that's pretty good news, really. Of course, we still haven't drawn like a win condition yet. We're 21 cards in and we haven't seen an Ugin or an Amiria's Call or a Felidar Retreat. All of those would be pretty dope cards at the moment. We can always pump Crawling Barrens twice. But again, I think we're gonna have to get a Croxa here. Let's go full control. Just so that we know for a fact that it doesn't force us to, you know, discard this giant killer. And we can come out of full control now. It's probably fine. Now, they can get this Croxa again. I just want to throw that out there. They can get this Croxa once more. So good, Croxa. You're so good. These like long grindy games, Croxa actually is kind of dope. I wouldn't lie to you. It's like the only one of these Titans you can play now, you know. I think Pelucranos might be the strongest escaper left in the format. I put the counters on Crawling Barrens rather than make a creature. Hey, buddy. Hey, Ugin. Good to see you there. We can actually just go 2 here and keep our Skyclave Apparition, which is kind of great. And they can't just like get their Croxa back, so that's pretty great. That's pretty good. Good time to draw you, buddy. So good. So thanks for playing, my guy. All right, let's knock in with the Skyclave Apparition. I believe in you. Thank you, Spencer. I think that your belief in us actually helped us an awful lot there. We drew the Ugin because of your belief. Let's go ahead and dome that up. They don't have 5 cards in their yard. Anything in here? I guess Skyclave Apparition is in there. Realmcloak Giant would be good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play this. And I'm going to go ahead and play this. So there you go. Now, hopefully if Giant Killer lives and they do happen to, you know, get a Croxa, then we can just tap down the Croxa if we don't have any more answers. So birth first. We can do this. I know we can do this. Let's drop the birth. And let's get physical. Alright, well, we can win next turn. Hopefully. Hopefully they don't have anything crazy. They can always escape this Croxa, but like, so? They escape the Croxa if we can just like kill it with Ugin and then get in with Crawling Barons. So they do have a card in their hand, which is a little scary. It's a dead weight for the Giant Killer. But let's get back a Baneslayer because why not? +1/+1 counter. Exile all the 2s. Crawling Barons should be an 8/8 here, so we win. What is happening? How did we win this one? It was a good game, too. It was a really hard-fought game. But we pulled it off, ladies and gentlemen. GG, Hyper Chris. We did it, y'all. Wow. Wow, what are we, 3-1 right now with this? It's not bad. We finally go first. That can be nice when that does happen. It's not always. Especially not on this stream, man. Lurus of the Dream Den again, man. Is this cycling again? Are we really playing against another cycling deck? Is that possible? I don't know, but they need to get their life together over there. So I'd like to actually play. Take a mulligan. They did. They actually took a mulligan. I told them to, and they did it. That never happens. Oh, no. Cycle's a good deck, neutral. Cycle's cheap. Like, Cycle's super cheap, but I don't know. We've always had decks like that. Like, hell, back in 1998 or whatever, we had the Fluctuator deck. If you think this deck is a pain in the butt to play against Fluctuator, dude. God, it gives me, like, flashbacks. Nightmares. Alright, so at least it's not cycling. It's some sort of blue-black Lurus deck, which is new, I think. I don't know if I've seen that. Merfolk. Okay, so it is mill. Cool. Play this inversion. Azalant. Also, we know they're playing Lurus as their companion, so I think it's probably best we just play this Giant Killer, honestly. Appreciate the follow, by the way, Alter Ego 2012. Well, thank you very much. Let's see what opponent does this turn. It is just the blue-black mill deck. I have seen this, but I haven't really seen it play Lurus, so let's see what all that noise is about. I don't think we can win the game fast enough against mill. I really don't. But I keep like second guessing this deck and selling it short, and then we just win. So I guess we'll see, right? Get retreat down. Our opponent doesn't like the look of it. They're reading it at least. Play the crab, man. Yep. Yeah, this blue-black mill deck so far has just been that. It's been a bunch of removal and counterspells and stuff. Also, Ruin Crab. Cling to Dust. Interesting pick for the deck. Don't get hit, Master is folly. Play a lot of Smash Brothers, do you? The famous best Smash Brothers advice ever. Just don't get hit. It's good Magic advice, too. Pops the Passage. So what you doing this turn, bud? Secret Keeper, wow. You just drew all your Secret Keepers. You're like, yeah, this is a fine hand. I'll start with this. Why not? Nothing else? Nothing? Aw, come on. You gotta have like a didn't say please or something, right? It's Fabled Passage. Pop the Passage. And just for giggles, well, I'll save that. I'll save it for a Rune Crab. That is to be saved. Skyclave Apparition is to be saved for a Teferi's Tutelage. Because I'm pretty sure what we're doing with that. So, it's in the turn. They got blockers for days over there. They have Cling to Dust, too, so Elspeth Conquers Death won't be as good if we actually get some cool stuff in here. And there's an Ugin in there, Realm Cloak Giant. Baneslayer? Man, a lot of good cards in our yard. But they may not have something to deal with this Felidar Retreat unless they have like a Brazen Borrower. So with a few lands in our hand, we're set pretty well. Still going to hold up counter magic here. Oh, I should have tapped down one of these Secret Keepers. They're still going to hold up counter magic here. Let's get down Castle Ardenvale. They may consider countering this because it gets us a land. So it's just like playing a 2/2 for 2 mana. Next turn, we get the land next, or we get the creature next turn. Alright, they didn't, though. Maybe they thought, well, it thins their deck, so it's kind of like milling them. Maybe that was their idea. Well, I haven't seen anything like too pungent from this deck yet. But we are at half of our starting library, so we'll see. If we had a sideboard, we could just play a bunch of good threats. You know, that's probably what I'd do with this deck in best of 3. Throw some threats in, plus like disenchants and stuff. Also like Drannith Magistrate maybe against like the escape decks, you know, or not the escape decks, but the adventure decks. Could be a thing. Our turn. Yeah, cool. All right, this time I won't forget to tap down a Secret Keeper. I'm going to play the Crawling Barons. Put a counter on everything. I'm going to try and casket away a Secret Keeper. I just want the damage. I want to close this game. They are thinking about it. They're not going to use their counter magic just yet. They've got something. I mean, they obviously have something. Yeah, I guess technically I'm getting in more damage by using Giant Killer to tap stuff down. Although let's get in because then we can just use the mana on Ardenvale or Crawling Barons. I think I like that more. Alright, so opponent at 12 here. It's not bad. That ain't bad. Ruin Crab. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, boys. Gonna Thirst the Giant Killer. Sure. Pass. They only have 2 cards in their hand here. They say our turn. Yeah, I'll make a do with Ardenvale. This is what we're going to do. Make a do with Ardenvale. Oh, we drew a Glass Casket. I want that. I want it. I guess that's fine, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's totally fine. Let's Glass Casket the Ruin Crab, or at least try to. Then what we do is we make Crawling Barons a creature. Like, we go ahead and do that. Take the action. And then we play this land. Put a counter on everything. And then we go. Alright. That's how you sequence there, hotshot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So opponent goes to 3 here. What are we at? 31 cards, so I think we might have it here, but I don't want to say anything. Ruin Crab, alright. If the opponent doesn't have a sweep, and I doubt they do because they played Crab first. Alright, Lurrus of the Dream Den. Maddening Cacophony, uh-oh. Alright, but that's it. That's all. That's it. They decided that was enough. That's not bad. What are we, 5 and 2, I want to say, with this? We're in ranked, y'all. I know it's just gold, but we're going to make it to platinum with this pretty easily. But I guess any deck can do that, right?